Success as a real estate agent. Zillow, the white whale of real estate. Zillow has more unique visitors than both Realtor.com and Homes.com combined. If you're thinking of wading into the waters of third-party sites for lead generation, you must take a serious look at Zulu. You will notice that I devote a lot more space here to Zulu than Realtor.com and Homes.com. I do that for a couple of reasons. The first reason is that it is the first largest and most powerful of the three. To me, Zillow has earned the lion's share of the discussion because of its power. The second reason is that the three have practices in common. They all work to innovate new ways to create leads, capture online searchers, agents, and companies, and they copy each other's ideas and strategies. Because of that, some of what I say about Zillow also applies to the other two. It would be redundant to write as much about Realtor.com and Home.com. You may also have heard of Trulia.com, but Zillow owns Trilla now. It bought Trilla in February of 2015 for $2.5 billion in stock. Because of its strength and the Trulia equestrian, Zillow is the strongest outside player in the real estate game. It has morphed a lot of Zillow technology, systems, and strategy into Trulia. Paying to play on listings. If you search Zillow for homes, and I would suggest that you do, you will see a few different options to gain information on the property from a real estate agent. Zillow is trying to give the consumer options for how they may gain access to information on properties. It is rewarding consumers with choice and power. Zillow provides a request, a tour button, and a contact agent button. Some of the verbiage gives the impression that the consumer will be contacted by the listing agent. You might be thinking, why is that important? Many online buyers want to get information from the listing agent directly. They feel the listing agent is the agent most knowledgeable about that home. That usually is a correct assumption. Consumers also feel that because they would be only one agent involved in the sale, they might be able to receive a rebate on commission or negotiate a lower sales price on the home. Although that is possible for some agents, it's not with others. But perception is reality to some online searchers. If there is low inventory in your marketplace with multiple offers happening, online buyers tend to believe that by going with the listing agent, their odds of being the buyer and beating out the other buyers who want the same improves because the listing agent could earn more money due to the full commission going to them. Or at least the listing agent knows all the offers that are being made on the property. They might gain insider information that can help them create a better offer. I'm not saying any of this is correct thinking or is ethical on the part of the listing agent. I'm just giving you a window into the thinking of some prospects. Although the consumer assumes the listing agent is who will be reaching out to them, what they get is whomever is queued up based on the ad spend and ratio. Agents buy a percentage of leads within a zip code, from 5 to 100%. Leads are distributed to the agents who have purchased them within a geographic area, using Premier Agent status even when a new agent. Premier Agent status with Zillow is the next level up from being a standard agent. It is where you pay for a portion of a zip code or area of listing to create leads. You will receive a specific number of leads per month and receive a lead if the buyer inquires about your listing feature on Zillow. Which listing your profile is connected to is based on Zillow's algorithms, and your investment with Zillow. As an agent, you are typically buying a percentage of the number of leads created in a specific zip code or a specific minimum number of leads you will receive each month. As an agent paying for a certain number of leads, you must monitor whether you receive the set amount agreed to give or estimate at the end of the month is not significantly accurate in your tracking to determine whether paying Premier Agent status is worth the investment. You could spend tens of thousands a month in large market areas controlling the lion's share of the leads in one zip code. You have to properly balance your need for leads against what it is a reasonable number you can actually work per month. I find that most agents can't work more than 30 to 50 online leads a month well. When they have more than that, they go to waste. Because of an overabundance of online leads, the number of calls, texts, and emails directed towards each lead drops, and so does the conversation rate. In competitive markets, it's possible to pay equivalent to $400 or more per lead from Zillow. This is a sizable amount per lead. If you're converting 5% of your leads to closing, then you would be paying $8,000 in lead generation costs for every transaction you get from Zillow. If your average commission check is $16,000, this would not be profitable by the time you factor your time, effort, energy, and company split. For this to be a worthwhile investment, you would need to either raise your conversation rate or average sales price, which would rise your average commission check. Another option is to have your lender or other vendors that share in your success contribute to the cost of your lead generation and Premier Agent leads you purchase. You can do that through a joint marketing service agent agreement. A general rule of thumb is a lender can pay up to 50% of your marketing cost. A lender certainly benefits by you increasing your buyer business through your recommendations to your client base of buyers, fitting the review piece into the puzzle. When you are distributed a lead from Zillow or any other third-party site, if you set a meeting to show the property they are interested in, the most common scenario, which happens 99% of the time, is that they determine the home is not right for them. If you are unable to secure them as a buyer when you are face-to-face, it's common for them to do research you. They go back to Zillow to check out your reviews. On Zillow's site, they can clearly see that you've been reviewed, how many times you've been reviewed, and the number of stars you've achieved. Too many Premier Agents have very few reviews, and a lack of reviews can dramatically affect the volume of leads and conversations you create. Few online buyers want to be a pioneer in selecting someone they don't know who has no reviews. Your friends, acquaintances, and referrals might want to help you as a newer agent, but not an online prospect. As a new agent, you need to get reviews up and running as early as possible in your career, because some buyers and sellers who use Zillow look no further than the sheer number of reviews an agent has. You have to get a reasonable number of reviews. You might be thinking, okay, how many do I need to have to be competitive? That can depend on your marketplace. I see some marketplaces where agents have hundreds of reviews and others where 20 reviews is a lot. You must study and react to your marketplace. My recommendations for a good goal is 20 to 40 reviews. However, if you're evaluating a zip code where an agent or team has hundreds of reviews, you might want to select a different area until you can climb closer to that agent's number. Gaining reviews in your Zillow profile involves first asking your current and past clients to review you. You will need to take the risk to ask. Just sending out a request for a review is not enough. You will need to call and ask for their help. Let them know an email with the link is coming. Ask them to complete it in a specific time frame and follow up to remind them if they don't have it done yet. And we're going to take a break from reading real estate. Check my other videos. Bye.